Is Planet X an internet hoax, or is it a fact? Well, you can say what you want, you can believe in what you want, but let me tell you, many renowned scientists on Earth have said that it actually exists and will cross by the Earth. The positions of the two planets at the crossings will be so close that the Earth's seismic and magnetic activities will be disrupted, leading to global-scale apocalypses, which will wipe out the majorities of humanity, as well as life on Earth. Welcome back to X Science. This is JT's, and for those who are still in denial of Planet X, many scientists, including astronomers, physicists, and the like, have spoken out directly or hint at the existence of a rogue planet, or a system of planets that is on a trajectory heading straight toward the Earth. Now, for those who are not aware of the topic, we are talking about another planet in our solar system, or our binary solar system, with a star named Nemesis. This planet is called Planet X, Nibiru, Wormwood, or many different names across times and countries. But the one thing in common is that it periodically travels to our solar system, during which time it will cross with the Earth, and this will be the judgment day for you and me, but probably not for the elites. Of course, big governments and agencies are very well aware of this. In 1983, NASA made headlines on the Washington Post and the New York Times when it announced that the IRAS infrared satellites have discovered Planet X lurking somewhere beyond Pluto. The strange thing is, 1 week later, NASA retracted all the announcement, and President Reagan made this part of the US national security mandate, and forbid any institutions or agency to address this in public. The stranger thing is, since then, it is rumored that the US have been building secret underground shelters. Of course, they would not let the public know of the incoming catalyst, because how can you control a crowd when the crowds know that they are coming to an inevitable doom? They of course keep us in the dark about the positions of the shelters and keep it to themselves. It is even leaked that there is an underground rail system linking their capital to an underground shelter under Denver Airport. You can do research about this yourself if you don't believe, but I have to warn you, there will be a lot of version and distortion because, of course, they are supposed to be classified information. Russia and China are also rumored to have been building shelters and cities in preparation for a war-ending event. Now you might be thinking, if a whole planet is heading towards Earth, how is it possible that nothing strange is happening? Well, that's because the authorities are hiding everything from us. One thing we can all notice is the extreme climate event and ice cap melting that have been attributed to global warming. The second thing is the unusual and dramatic increase in earthquakes and seismic activities all around the world. We are of course told that they do not increase, but it is because the United States Geological Society lowered the magnitude scale by 1 and successfully underreport the number of unusually large earthquakes. Volcanic eruptions have been on the rise as well. You can check out other videos on our channel that we talk about the eruption in Hawaii, which dragged on for over 3 months. Last but not least, this is not very commonly known, but many governments have been spraying substances into the atmosphere. I'm not sure what these substances are, but what I know is that these things create a cover of clouds and mist lookalike. Their purpose, however, is quite clear. They are trying to hide something in the sky from the rest of the world. Now you have probably heard of the two suns phenomenon, and let me tell you, that is what they are trying to hide. The two suns phenomenon is not an optical illusion, but the second sun that we see is in fact the system of planet X. From what we know, the center is either a miniature star or a comet planet, as the famous Chilean astrophysicist Carlos Mundo Ferrada called it. The thing is said to be composed of a lot of iron oxide, and therefore it looks red. And so, as the system approaches, it would resemble a second sun in the sky. Now, speaking of Carlos Mundo Ferrada, he is very well known for having calculated correctly many natural events on Earth and in space. For example, in January 19th of 1939, he forecasted that there would be a disastrous earthquake in Chile on the 24th of January of that same year. And guess what happened? It did happen. A huge earthquake shook Chile for 18 seconds, killing 40,000 people. He successfully calculated many other terrestrial extreme events, but that's not all. He even forecasted correctly that Halley Comet's orbit would alter, and it would spend more time closer to the Sun in 1996. What's more terrifying is that he said Nibiru is real. He called it Hercules, and he said it was coming. He first mentioned it in the 1940s, 4 decades before NASA's first ever announcement. Now you can watch this very interesting footage, which was an interview with him in the last years. So to sum up the main point, Planet X is, according to Ferrada, a comet planet, so-called because it had the mass of a planet but an orbit like a comet. The thing does not meet the celestial law that is known to man, and it will cross by the Earth so close that the naked eyes can see it. Mr. Ferrada also calculated 3 major earthquake points when Hercules arrived, which are the northern area of the Mediterranean, the southern area of the Pacific, and Java, Sumatra. You might be wondering, why would a crossing comet planet cause terrestrial seismic disaster? Well, it's simple astronomy. The system of Planet X has gravity. That's basic physics. And its gravity is more powerful than that of the Earth. As it approaches, and it is approaching, this causes the Earth's lighter outer core to stall and alter its flow, thus disrupting the normal patterns of the Earth's magnetic activities. This, together with the direct effects from gravity, increase the Earth's wobble, which is, for your information, the tilt in the Earth's rotating axis. What does this do, you say? Anomalies and stress in the tectonic plates, resulting in massive earthquakes which will soon become the new norm. And what follow earthquakes? Tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and mass extinction. Yes, in case you don't know, a major volcanic eruption can throw into the atmosphere more pollutants than humans have ever done. A volcanic eruption caused 1 out of the 6 mass extinction events, and another one brought the human population down to 26,000. Volcanoes are no joke, folk, and that's not the end. As the system of Nibiru arrives, its debris and asteroids will also enter the Earth's gravitational fields, and the Earth, already devastated by the earthquakes and volcanoes, will have to suffer a comet rain. A reminder for you asteroid impact killed off all the known avian dinosaurs. So it is legit to fear this happening, because it will trigger a series of mass extinction causing events that spells out doom. Another warning, quite a subtle one, that we received recently is from an English physicist named Brian Cox. Mr. Cox teaches physics and astronomy at the University of Manchester. A bit of background information. Mr. Cox is publicly known as a denier of Planet X. He has publicly ridiculed the theory, yet we need to be mindful here because the official scientists and institutions depends on the governments for their livelihood. Not to mention addressing Nibiru directly is forbidden because of national security. Therefore, it is very likely that all the deniers that we see are forced on them by the power that be. Why am I saying this in the case of Cox? Well, he was featured in a BBC documentary in which he explained how the asteroid brought water to the Earth and caused the non-avian dinosaur to go extinct. Then, as the end of the video approaches, the camera, which was pointing outside on a window on a train, panned towards the sky and revealed two suns behind the tree line. Two suns behind the tree line, so they are definitely not lens flare, nor they can be photoshopped, because why would you spend that much time and effort making a video of two suns when you are a public denier of the phenomenon? And that is strange because BBC and Cox himself let that scene pass by the editing and be published. We all know the second sun is the approaching Nibiru, and so this act must be a subtle hint to warn the public that Planet X is actually real. It is not an internet hoax as the scientists are forced to accuse it of being one. Also, if Nibiru wasn't real, why would NASA keep sending out its top scientists to, say, debunk the issue? I mean, why debunk something unreal? If it's not real, just deny it at once and stay silent and let it sink for good. Yet, its top scientists keep publicly trying to debunk and deny Planet X's existence and arrival. I'm talking here about Dr. David Morrison. He is a senior scientist for NASA, and he recently told the Washington Post that he was sick and tired of having to explain to the world that there is no Planet X, that there have never been a Planet X, and presumably never will be. He supported his claim with the failed 2012 end of the world prophecy. The thing is, doomsday prophecies can never be exact, and a few Earth years is no error at all on the cosmic timeline. Anyway, you can watch him talk about this yourself in the following clip. Yet, all of his denial and ridicule, and even reported anger, gave him in. Like I said before, if it's not real, why waste time going around denying it? And if you truly believe it's not real, Dr. Harrison, why would you seem so tired of your own work? If I wasn't in this field and didn't know better, I would probably not notice this. But really guys, he is forced to make all this direction by NASA and the government. So in short, I just want to say that whether scientists publicly believe or not believe in Planet X, they all, one way or another, reveal that they do, and it will be the end of us. So guys, keep looking around you and look to the sky, and keep each other updated with anything you have. We on our side also try our best to keep ourselves and you guys updated. So subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for new videos very soon. In the meantime, stay safe guys, and keep looking to the sky. I'm JT at X Science, signing out.